Hey everyone, welcome to another General 0 Hour replay. This one is on 8-player Make. Usually a 2v2 map with a lot of room. All of a sudden you add 4 or more players and it's actually quite cramped. So I am across the river as GLA Vanilla from STM, who is China Vanilla, and Wildcard as GLA Vanilla is going to be right across from Neo GLA Stealth. Barely avoid getting my worker run over there. I'm wanting to send him over there to start a tunnel. My idea is to get tunnels working on both sides of STM's base to pincer and squeeze them in. Just noticed the bulldozer trying to run my guy away. Actually run it right into the bulldozer's loving arms, so I don't get that initial supply up. It runs another worker over there, don't get that tunnel going. My arms dealer is going to be slow because of that, but I do have a tunnel going up. And another one at the bottom of his base, between Neo and Wildcard both, putting up lots of scaffolds, lots of tunnels, but Neo with the rebels, able to shoot down one worker and takes out a second before Wildcard's first tunnel goes up. Seeing Neo's got the second tunnel built, it's going to have a couple more RPG troopers. The third tunnel goes up, and with that, it's 3 tunnels to 1. Neo's got the firepower he needs, starts overwhelming Wildcard's front lines. On my side, I get the bottom tunnel up, take out the bulldozer that was harassing me, get my supply up, get a tunnel on the top, and these are toxin tunnels, so I'm able to take out all the infantry that's coming out of STM's base and start squeezing him. Now, Synthesis is another GLA Stealth, and he's going to be coming up to help his partner out as soon as he's able to, so he built more towards the front and is bringing in reinforcements down STM's direction. Pcap in the back, USA Air Force. Across from him, his opponent is Pancake, USA Air Force as well, so we'll see which one of them has the bigger effect on this game. Neo now has got the entire front lines completely boxed off with 2 tunnels completed, 1 scaffold, and a stinger site now working on Wild's barracks. Smartly brings his rebel up instead of trying to attack this heavy-duty building, electing to go for the capture. However, I believe Wildcard's able to stop it, keeps his command center up. Tunnel must have gotten taken out by Synthesis's RPG troopers. They do outrange the toxin. Now trying to take out barracks, bringing a rebel out to be able to capture the oils, bringing more RPG troopers in from the south. So I'm working on that pincer. Up top, across from Synthesis, all those RPG troopers. We have Skippy with China, building the Gatling cannons, China nuke. So now, looks like Pancake's got King Raptors coming in. Not terribly effective against infantry though, but they're not going to be able to get shot either. Wildcard supply going down to all these infantry, loses this supply. That is his only money at the moment because he does not have the capture upgrade yet, does not have a back supply. Trying on my end press in on STM now. See that the Red Guard are coming in at me, retreating into the tunnel, trying to save those RPG troopers. And coming across the top with those quad cannons and bringing the RPG troopers back out again, the rebel to capture. See lots of pink planes flying over the top, but you just see how they don't shoot the infantry while they're walking. Wildcard, lots of workers standing around, but he's just about out of a base. Now has a rebel to hopefully capture that next oil. Neo, meanwhile, on a 1 supply right there. Lots of defenses, but that is his only supply at the moment. Now those King Raptors can start whittling down those RPG troopers as soon as they stand still. Pcap bringing in his King Raptors over here to try to help out STM. I'm going for the capture on the command center as well, since it's a lot faster than trying to shoot it down. STM forced to sell, and now STM is out of the game, so advantage to our side slightly. However, Wildcard is just about out in his own right. Pancake taking out of barracks. now King Raptors from Pcap are able to focus on down here on Wildcard. And a carpet bomb from Pcap as well. Takes out the barracks. The arms dealer barely survives. He does not have any buildings back here. That was Wildcard's last building. I don't think that one tunnel would have kept him in the game. That being a defense, I don't think that's enough to keep you in it. If that scaffold had gone down, Wildcard would have been out. Skippy's first foray into the base runs into a couple tunnels. Doesn't get any further than that. Now, after taking out STM, I am able to consolidate over here, and knowing that Neo is pressing in against Wildcard. Wildcard's been asking for help the whole time. Finally, I can come in and feel like I can start helping him, trying to take out Neo's production. However, the stealth tunnels are getting in my way. Can't keep the quad cannon away from the tunnel. And Neo's bringing out forces of his own. Meanwhile, Synthesis harassing me from the north side. Pancake doubling, tripling down on the Raptors. Coming in here trying to save Wildcard as best he can. This now, Wildcard's only building. Pcap must have taken out that arms dealer from Wildcard. So Wildcard barely holding on, just one supply left in the game. Trying to harass Neo to keep him off of Wildcard, to keep Wildcard in the game here. Pancake finding tunnels. And now this is what Pancake brings in that Pcap wasn't able to duplicate. Group of Comanches early in the game, and Pcap working with Auroras. Pancake never elected to make any Auroras. What he had in excess funds he put into these Comanches, and this is the stroke that ends up taking Pcap down, and with Wildcard still in it, this is what we needed to be able to get the advantage that we needed. I was getting pushed in on by Synthesis again. He was trying to make sure that I couldn't capitalize on those double resources. So Synthesis playing well on his side, however, Pcap and he just had nothing back here to deal with these Comanches. And meanwhile, Pancake's King Raptors are still flying, still finding defenses, and with that, Neo gave up. He was building some Synthesis. I was able to come down from the north, avoid the line of stealth defenses up here that Pancake hadn't taken out yet, and get into the more important buildings back behind there. So now by this time, Skippy's got some ranged units going with China Nuke, taking out a Stinger site from Synthesis, able to bring in a larger force as well, and join the fight. But by this time, Pcap just gave up. Pancake and I are back in the meat of the base. Wildcard's found a second supply, he's getting back in the game. And that was a quick 10-minute 4v4 game, which you don't see too much of. Usually 4v4s are gonna come and go very quick, or very slowly, but this one, very small map, was decided within the first minutes of the game. There it is, Synthesis gives up. And it seems like Pcap was effective at holding me off from STM right away, slowed me down, also was effective at helping Neo take Wildcard out of the game, and yet Pancake kept it a little bit simpler. He was a little bit more directed with those King Raptors on the defenses for Neo, and then the Comanches over the top. And that was that was the stroke that did it. Sometimes keeping your strategy simplified allows you to be more effective with what you do. And Pancake, we can see, had 18 buildings destroyed and the most money collected. Able to sit back there in the back and enjoy Wildcard and I fighting for our lives. And meanwhile, he could kind of do as he pleased and build up and scheme and benefit from all that. But it was ultimately his move that won us the game. So, well played. Catch you next time.